you're getting a lot of teams that are in flux, honestly. If you look week 1 with the Donkeys, I mean, the Donkeys are a shit show. They're an absolute shit show. They completely laden their franchise to bring in Russell Wilson. They're bringing in Sean Payton, hoping Sean Payton can rein fucking Russell back in. Let's ride fucking Donkeys country. No. That's going to be a shit show. Still week 1, that's a W. I still believe that's a W. I still think, and of course, I'm not thinking injuries. I'm thinking this team coming in healthy. Right now, this team is on track to be healthy coming into training camp. So that's the only assessment I can give this team. Obviously, first day of training camp, if fucking people aren't available, then that's all got to change. But right now, I'm looking at that as a W. Now the Bills, with this Diggs story, all of a sudden, maybe there's some tension between the number 1 wide receiver and your poster boy quarterback. Maybe your fucking high octane offense is gonna fucking start falling apart. There's some shit going on there. There is some shit going on there. So that the Bills might not be as much of a lock as they you would have thought that game would be a little earlier in the season. At least that's what fucking Bills shit mafia was thinking. So that game, that's a little sketchy as well. So you're 1-1, maybe 2-0 in the first 2 weeks. This Steelers game with Kenny Pickett, I have this one slated as a win. I plan to be at this game. It's the home opener. It's Sunday Night Football. You're going to be under the lights, prime time. That young quarterback, I don't think he's ready for it. And I've got that one picked as a win. I do have the Raiders picked to lose this first game in LA in their second home against the Sparklers because I think they're going to split with the Sparklers this season. I don't have them picked to win both games, so they have to lose one to win the other. So this was the one that I'd picked them to lose. So I have it picked as a loss in the first 6. But this game against Green Bay, which I think is weird, usually back in the day, to be on Monday Night Football, you had to be a playoff team from the year before. This obviously doesn't meet the criteria with the Raiders and the Packers. You got the Packers coming in with a new quarterback, a loss of weapons. You don't know what the fuck they're going to be. They're at a crossroads of a franchise. The Raiders are coming in at a crossroads of a franchise. Early in the season in week 5, you have no idea what either one of these teams are going to be. Neither one were real strong teams last year. It just seems like a weird Monday Night Football game for early in the season to me. So this one's strange, but it's another primetime game for the Raiders, and I think this is a winnable game for the Raiders. I don't think the Packers are shit. I don't believe in Jordan Love until you show me something, man. I do not believe in an NFL quarterback until you show me you can get it done. I don't fucking hype and potential and all them other fucking fancy words and adjectives you want to sprinkle around them, motherfucker, until you get out on the field and you can fucking throw strikes and you can beat NFL corners and safeties and linebackers. You're not shit to me. And I haven't seen it with Jordan Love, and to think he's just anointed the next something just because you had Favre and then you had Rodgers and he's just the next domino that's going to fall. Nah, brother, that ain't the fucking way it works in the National Football League. You don't just fall into fucking quarterbacks. That's not the way it works. You're due for a strike. You're really due for a strike and a fucking miss in Green Bay. And I percentage says, and Vegas odds say, the Packers. And that's really too early in the season, though. Graham, that's really too early in the season to even have to worry about weather with the Packers, though. Honestly. Which is a good thing. But you're at home. That's a home game, so not worried about that. And then you've got the home game right there to round out that first 6, which is the Cheatriots, which also is a team I really don't believe in. I think you evenly match up with, and that game can go either way, and you can easily dominate that game and win that game. I don't believe in Mac Jones. I don't believe in what the Patriots are doing with their roster. So that's pretty favorable. I've got them slated at 4-2 through the first 6. I can see him at 3-3. I can easily see him at 4-2. I think the team will be at a very good point going forward in the first 6 games. I really do.